Hi.
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 I was just wondering if I could get your advice.
Sure.
Last week, I had, like, the most traumatic thing in the world happen. I went downstairs to get the laptop to put something on the iPad, and I catch my 14-year-old spanking his monkey in his room there. And I try not to make a big deal because he's 14, and I figure, okay, big deal. So I just grabbed the stuff and I left. But then, like, less than 24 hours later, Howard, I walked into my 12-year-old's room, and he was with the iPad and looking at gross stuff on the iPad and doing the same thing in less than 24 hours. I see the same thing twice with my kids.
Two different kids?
Why did you... let me understand. Why did you buy your 14-year-old a monkey?
That's a good one.
Very funny. But is it two different kids, a 14-year-old and a 12-year-old?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. 2 boys.
Well,
2 boys. They love you, by the way.
And what was the porn? Was it heterosexual or gay porn?
I mean, you know, I didn't look super close, but it looked like a chick doing the blowjob thing.
Right.
You know, so.
And which ones of your sons was bigger?
I didn't see that, you know, and that was the other thing. I mean, there was way more of a visual about what that looks like than I ever wanted.
I would have jumped. You mean you walk in?
Hands like kind of around their hips, you know?
Right.
It was weird.
Not weird. That's how I do it.
Is it?
What am I supposed to do?
I don't know. I take my pants off.
You know, I got to tell you, if my mom had ever caught me masturbating, I would have probably just killed myself. So it shows you're a cool mom in some sense that the boys...
Did her kids know they got caught?
Oh, yeah. They knew they got caught. Yeah.
What do you mean?
I was like, well, with my oldest, I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I just need this so I can... Because our youngest son, the iPad is his. He's got autism.
Right.
And he had erased all the movies off of it somehow, so I had to go put them back on, but they're on the laptop, so I had to go down and get that. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, and I just left.
I think you handled it the right way. I mean, you kind of just said, oh, excuse me, I didn't mean to, you know, intrude, and then you just left, and...
Yeah, that was...
And then you didn't give him that embarrassing speech afterwards, like after the boys come downstairs with their clothes on, you didn't go like, you know, guys, I think it's maybe a good time for me to talk about jacking off.
I didn't want to talk about it at all. I just wanted to pretend it didn't happen. But then when I caught the 12-year-old and he was watching porn, somehow that totally freaked me out.
Nah, don't be freaked out. I wish when I was 12 I had porn.
Really? I wish that it wasn't, I mean, I would be okay with, like, Playboy or, like, still pictures. But
well, you're right. There is a loss of innocence.
Porn is creepy.
There is a loss of innocence that's happened. But when I was 12, I mean, I wasn't even sure how to jerk off. It kind of, like, happened, and I had to discover things. If there was porn around, I probably would have spent my entire life in my room, like, jacking off, like, 8 to 12 times a day. You know Medicated Pete jacks off 8 to 12 times a day?
I'm sure he does.
Yeah. I learned that in Fine Times, the show. But,
that's a lot of jacking off.
I mean, that's an incredible amount of jacking off. It's ridiculous.
But he has nothing else to do.
Right. I knew a guy once growing up who jacked off 5 times a day, and I thought that was excessive. But I must tell you... I have mixed opinions about porn. Like, I wish I would have seen porn when I was young, because I think I would have been better in bed with a lot of the girls that I was with. And I also think it would have... See, I have a different version of the effects of porn. I also think I might not have been so... like, sort of desperate, you know? Like, I would have realized that there's a whole bunch of things you can do, and women will come your way, and I think I would have had a better attitude towards sex if I had porn.
I know. Women seem to be particularly afraid that something bad is happening to their children if they're seeing them.
I mean, so it's a
reacting to it.
Heterosexual boy, 12 years old. He sees, you know, sex, and
he's interested in sex.
And so he jerks off, and I don't know that that's so bad. I mean, they do say it desensitizes you. I don't think it does.
You don't think so?
Nah, I really don't. And I think you were really cool about it. You didn't humiliate him or embarrass him. And
well, I did. I mean, with the 12-year-old, I have to say, I was kind of, like, afterward, I was kind of upset with myself. I was like, oh, my God. I said, and I put a lock on the iPad, so you can't do that anymore.
Well, then that's kind of like avoiding the topic. Don't lock the iPad.
I was like, I said, look, you know, I said, I'm not
out of the bag.
upset about what you were doing. I'm upset that you were, like, looking at that.
You know what?
You don't need to be looking at that, you know?
You know what? Let's listen to the sex ed tape when you catch your kid masturbating. Let's hear what the woman did in the tape, because they're the experts, and then see if and then you just tell me if that's what you did, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Oh, me, Ricky. Ricky, I did see what you were doing. It felt good, didn't it? It's all right. We all have feelings like this sometimes.
Did you do any of this, or you just left the room?
No, I just left the room.
Well, according to this tape...
Oh, Ricky, I saw what you were doing.
I think this is... And don't call your kid Ricky if his name isn't Ricky, by the way. Sometimes I have to tell people in our audience. But let's keep listening and see what you should have done.
Okay.
I'm just glad you're doing this in the privacy of your own room. When you're a little bit older, we'll have to talk
Hey, Mom, can I put my cock back in my pants? Do I need a lecture right now?
more about these feelings and what causes them and how we can control these feelings. I'm sorry I intruded on your privacy. I'll be sure to knock next time, okay?
Wow, that's pretty cool, because that's the parent going,
Well,
hey.
she does say there's going to have to be a conversation later about
I don't know,
stuff.
man. Then I'm the world's shittiest parent, because if I walked in on one of my kids masturbating, I just would go, okay, later, and then I would have left. I mean, I don't know.
This manner of response frees the child of guilt and assures him he is normal. It opens communication between parent and child and introduces the concept of...
Because if you don't handle it this way, your kid will probably grow up, kill prostitutes, and bury them on the beach.
That's right.
responsibility for his behavior.
I like that she says, I'm glad you're doing this in the privacy of your own room. Like, you would be doing it on the corner.
Yeah, you're not Lance Rensel flashing people. Oh, my God.
Thank God you're doing it in your
Ricky, hi. Oops, I'm sorry I walked in. I see you're rubbing my bra in your private parts. This isn't such a bad thing. I'm glad you're doing this in the privacy of your room, you fucking pervert. I like the music, too. Did you have that music playing when you walked in on your kid?
You have a soundtrack for your life.
No soundtrack.
Excuse me, Ricky.
Excuse me, Ricky. You just closed the door. I think, according to this tape, if I have it right, you need to, talk to the kids and say, by the way, something happened yesterday. There was nothing wrong with what you did, and
It's perfectly normal.
And it's really good that you did it in the privacy of your room.
Right.
And also, by the way, fuck you, I've locked the iPad up. You'll never do that again.
Excuse me, Ricky. Ricky, I did see what you were doing.
Ricky, is that you chopping the head off the cat?
She sounds like the kind of mom you want to talk about sex with.
Oh, she sounds like the worst mom. This is bringing me back to when my mom gave me the choice: take piano lessons, or she would be the Cub Scout den leader.
Den mother.
And I was like, do I want my mother and be in a room with my friends while she castrates them and teaches them? I mean, oh my God, I took piano lessons.
It felt good, didn't it? It's all right.
Fuck yeah, Ma.
We all have feelings like this sometimes. I'm just glad you're doing this in the privacy of your own room.
What are you reading this off a script, Mom?
You're a little bit older. We'll have to talk more about...
Ricky, I noticed you used up 50 bottles of baby oil this week.
Ricky, the tissue box is constantly empty.
Ricky, your penis is stuck to your underwear. That felt good, didn't it?
That's another thing is I can't keep a bottle of lotion. I got lotion. I'm buying lotion left and right. My lotion.
Don't these kids know money doesn't grow on trees?
Right. Don't you have lotion?
Ricky,
I'm
lotion.
using that lotion that's got glitter in it, and it's really
God.
Ricky, your penis has glitter. What did you just go to Rick's?
Light bouncing off your penis, Ricky.
Ricky, you're not supposed to have sparkles on your penis.
And what causes them and how we can control these feelings. I'm sorry I intruded on your privacy.
I wish my mom would have apologized to me over anything. My mom used to burst through the door, go through my drawers, and like, wouldn't have been. She goes, I'm sorry if I intruded on your privacy. You know what my mother used to say to me? Listen, your room is my room.
That's right, yeah.
And
you are hers.
Oh, she told me, you are my ambassador to the earth. And you have to carry yourself every day as my representative. And don't you dare put an earring in my ear. I go, well, it's my ear. No, your ear is my ear.
That's
Talk about
right.
intruding on my space.
Yeah.
Why don't you ram your fist up my ass?
I'll be sure to knock next time, okay?
This manner
I'll be sure to knock down. Oh, if my mother would have said that, I would have felt like a human being.
Right.
Yeah, I did tell them that I would knock from now on.
That's nice.
You know? And we're going to get walls put into the 14-year-old's room because it's right by the laundry room.
Oh, dear.
Listen, that's my penis you're rubbing.
It's my lotion and my penis.
Yeah. Well, Christy, you kind of sounded like you handled it pretty well, but I think there's, according to this tape that was put out by the U.S. government
100 years ago.
100 years ago, you're supposed to sit down with the boys and kind of say, look, you know, let's talk about what happened the other day. There was no shame in it. I bet it felt good. Can you imagine this conversation? I bet it felt
I'm not having
good.
this conversation.
Yeah, I think you got to do it, though.
Right. You got to say, hey, kids, I understand that that's a part of growing up.
And tape record the conversation and give it to us, and we'll animate it.
Howard,
Yeah.
We'll put music to
the
it.
guys are telling me, which I don't know if this changes anything, this video is specifically made for parents of retarded kids.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
whatever.
no.
Oh.
But most kids in that
use
state
that
are
word, Gary,
retarded.
but yeah.
Ricky, I'm
No, that's
sorry.
nothing to fear.
I'm so sorry I intruded. I'll come back after you shoot a big load all over yourself. Did you say your kid was autistic?
My youngest is.
Yeah.
The 12-year-old.
So this is the conversation?
The youngest one. I have 3.
Ah.
The youngest one is 9.
Oh. Well, the other 2 probably are autistic. Make sure you talk to them like they're retarded.
Right. How about next week when they don't have school, we'll all call in and then you can talk to them.
Oh, no.
I would. Well, I think I can handle it.
No.
If I do what's on this tape, I can handle it. I won't make any jokes. I would do that for you. Here's what I'm going to
Is there
say.
no dad in this situation?
Yeah, where's the dad?
But he doesn't, no.
He's a big lummox.
He's not talking about this with them. Are you crazy?
Get out of here. That's part of becoming a parent.
Hey, let me handle
I
it.
asked him. He's like, I'll talk to him. And I mean, he talks to him about some stuff, but I think he's not talking to him about this.
He's talking to him about sport.
Dad's in the bathroom jerking off. No, but I would follow the script. I would just be like, hey, guys. I know
You don't think it would be publicly humiliating to these boys
Yeah,
to be
but-
talking on the phone? to you?
My dad humiliated me.
They
Look how I turned
adore
out.
Howard. What are you talking about? They'd be thrilled to talk to Howard.
No, I'm just going to say, look, boys, this is what I would say, and I'm clearing it with the mom first. Here's how I'd handle it. I go, boys, look.
I
your
saw
mom,
what you were doing. No.
I saw what you were doing, and it was shameful. It'll go something like this.
Hey, Frank. How come you haven't gotten up yet?
I'm all wet and sticky.
Oh. When did that happen? Did it happen during the night?
It's really none of your fucking business, dickweed.
Well, if you're sticky, maybe it was a wet dream.
No shit, Sherlock.
Do you know what a wet dream is?
Yeah, I know what a wet dream is. I didn't spill apple juice on my cock.
The counselor shows a calm, accepting approach to this boy who has just had a wet dream. There is no scolding or recrimination. The boy is not frightened, and there is no reason.
Hey, boys, you're already bigger than me. You're only 12, and your cock is 3 times the size of mine.
For him.
Hey, I know how I'll get you kids to stop this behavior. I'm going to tell them, listen, if you don't stop jerking off, I'm going to announce your names on the radio, and you'll be made fun of for the rest of your life. Yeah, Christy, let me get a hold of them.
This is what I was afraid of.
No, Robin, no need to be afraid. I know what I need to do now.
To feel guilty.
Frank, I'm sure you understand now just what happened and that this is probably going to happen quite a few times more.
I hope the fuck it happens a lot more. That felt damn good.
I think the best thing we can do now is to show you how to clean it up.
How about cleaning
how
it
do
up
you
with
do
your
that?
tongue, homo?
How do you clean it up?
Make yourself useful.
Okay.
No, but what I would do, I swear, if you put me in charge, I would just say to the boys, look, boys, something happened around there. And, hey, it's cool.
You can't open a door around this house.
Yeah, right. Your mom's nosy. Yeah.
The only room that has a lock is the bathroom. So maybe they could keep that in mind.
How are they going to get in there with Dad jerking off in the
Yeah,
bathroom?
there's like a line at the bathroom door.
We can't jerk off in there.
He just talks to me, and we take care of that together, you know. There's no need for jerking off there. But
Your
and if he
husband
does-
jerks off.
I'm sure he does, but, you know, I'm not...
You know what I'll do? I'll give your boys Jenny McCarthy's phone number and leave it at that.
To save her child from the evil eye, the Balkan woman, before the child leave the house, will lift her skirt, put her hand under the skirt and her up her vagina, and then she will gently rub the face of her child and then let him go.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
That was Shuli's mom, by the way.
Take up the Bosnian approach?
You don't think she sounded like Shuli's mom, Robin? All right, Christy, I got to go. But if you want me to talk to the boys, call in with them, and I'll.
This is a conversation you never had to have, so you get to do it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, you can parent my boys on this one. Roger will thank you for it.
I mean, I would be very straightforward, like the tape. I'm just taking my cues from the tape. I just would be like, hey, guys, something happened at the house. Your mom walked in. I know about it.
What about locking the computer? Because, I mean, they're still going to get the porn.
Yeah, I don't think they should lock
the computers, the laptop and the desktop, they both have parental controls on them.
Right.
But, like, the
But
iPad,
you're too lazy to put them in.
You can't really do a parental control that makes it so you can, like, sign into stuff, like you can on a computer.
That's true.
So I locked up the iPad, and the funny thing is that the 9-year-old who has autism, he knows the code, so he can get on there and watch his videos.
Well, he ain't that autistic. It's amazing how these autistic kids can figure stuff out when it comes to hot chicks.
I showed it to him. I taught it to him.
Well, if I'm going to be talking to your kids, let me just clear one more sex ed tape about how to talk to the boys about their penis.
Okay.
Those who teach must do some special examination of how they themselves feel about sex.
I feel good about it.
Penis. Say penis.
Penis.
Louder.
Penis.
Give me another word for penis.
Prick.
Prick.
I probably have to do this with the boys.
That's okay.
No, this is for the teachers.
Well, I'll be the teacher, but I'm going to practice some of this on the boys.
Peter.
This is for people
who say all those things anyway.
Yeah. This is a master class.
Rod.
Dick. Rod.
Dick.
Rod. Cock.
Prick. We got it. Meat. What?
Meat. Good one.
Ding dong.
Listen to her writing it down on the chalkboard.
Furiously.
Seriously.
After class, I'm taking auto Ricks with Ronnie.
You don't think it's bad that he's just watching porn, though, do you?
Nah, I don't think so. I think he'll be fine. I think I just need to explain to the boys that there's nothing shameful or harmful about it. And that mom will be more careful from now on.
And in the future, you're going to have a conversation about, how to control these feelings.
Yeah, right. No, I'm not getting into that. And then we'll just yell out dirty names for penis.
It'll be fun.
You know what? My mom got me a subscription. This is why I'm not uptight. My mom got me a subscription to Playboy when I was 13.
Right.
13? You were that age? I was thinking like 15.
No, and then my
really 13?
13, and my mom was like, "Listen, I'm not uptight about the human body, and if you want to look at that, it's all right with me. But let me tell you something." Of course, then she has to ruin it. She goes, "Those girls are freaks. There's no girl in real life who looks like that. You want to see a real woman, you look at your mother or your sister.
Oh, God.
And that's what real women look like. And those are freaks." Meanwhile, you know what? I'm going to look for a freak.
Yeah, there's plenty of freaks out there, and with the stuff on like YouPorn and stuff like that, I mean,
yeah, it's pretty graphic.
Yeah, that's what concerns me is like when I was a kid, we had like cable and like the Spike channel or the Spice channel.
Hey, when I was a kid, I used to jerk off to girdle ads.
Right. There's always going to be something.
Yeah. If you don't think that perverts you, you have no idea. To this day, I need a woman to put on a girdle to get hard. All right. Listen, Christy, I wish you luck with the boys. If you need me to talk to them, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
All right. Real good.
Thanks, Howard.
Oh, hey, you don't need these.
What?
Don't need what?
I have tickets to see Roger Waters do The Wall, which is incredible. But it's at Yankee Stadium, and she's in Grand Rapids.
Yeah, I'm in Grand Rapids.
All right. Later.
I would, but dang.
I really want to see that show.
Yeah, I do, too.
Yeah, I love The Wall.
Me, too.
All right, you guys have a great weekend.
You too.
I love you on AGT, Howard. And Robin, I hope you feel better.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
What was that about AGT again? Never mind, Robin.
I love you, and so do my boys, and their friends are all on Facebook saying that they like it, too. So.
All right. Thank you, Christy.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, you missed out on that. You had all girls. You didn't find
Gee.
You didn't walk in on
Yeah,
guys masturbating.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't do that. I probably would have joined them. Go, hey, move over.
Oh,
What are you looking at over here? And don't jerk off on a $900 iPad. What's wrong with you? My dad was telling me in his day he had to jerk off to Lysol douche ads.
Oh my!
That's all they had. Very, very, very upsetting. All right.
I wonder what the guys before had to go for.
I got to take a commercial break.